Gaffer, attention turns to the FA Cup on Sunday. We're off to Boreham Wood. How much are we looking forward to it?
Yeah, I think it's a good draw in terms of location. It's only a short drive for our supporters, so we should have a lot there. And the environment should be good, good surface, good stadium. So I think when you draw a non-league club, you're worried about certain elements, but all the elements should be in our favour because they've got great facilities there. And I went to watch them last midweek against Hornchurch, so really good setup and a good environment to play good football.
When we've been a bit of an inconsistent spell in the league, is it nice to have a little bit of a break from it?
Not really, because we're hurting. I'm hurting, the players are hurting, and we care. So we want to try and put our league form as right as quick as possible. So we would like another league game, but that's something that we can't control. So the only thing that we can control this weekend is getting a positive performance and going through to the second round of the FA Cup.
What did you make of Boreham Wood when you saw them?
Yeah, again, I think first half he was dominant against Hornchurch. Could have been 3 or 4 up. They didn't take the chances. Hornchurch stayed in the game, and in the second half the game changed a little bit where. Yeah, there was a 20-minute spell of second half where Hornchurch could have actually won the game. So, listen, these ties, I've played in these ties as a player, I've had these ties as a manager where I think attitude and application is very, very important. There's not an expectancy on us to win. There's an expectancy to turn up and show the right attitude and do the basics well. And if we do them, it will stand us in good stead.
I was going to ask you then, how much of Sunday do you think will be about the way we approach the game mentally, do you think?
Well, I think it doesn't matter if we go to a Premier League club or we play a team 3 or 4 divisions below us. The game's never going to be won by the lower league team invariably on quality. It's going to be your keeper has to play well, and then you hope that the opposition's attitude and enthusiasm and the little fine margins are not quite at it. So we need to make sure all in fine margins, the attitude, the applications, all the basics of football. We want to go and play, of course, but we still need to win second balls, we need to win duels. And if you do them well, then we should win the game. But it's like if we go to a Premier League club, we played Brentford in the Carabao Cup, and I thought for the first 20 minutes we dominated them. But then their true quality, we wasn't going to win the game through out and out quality. We had to do certain basics right, and we didn't. And in the end, for the last, especially second half, but probably the last 15 minutes of the first half, Brentford really done the basics well against us. So I think when you need a cup shot, you need the opposition or the lower league team, sorry, the higher league team, not to do the basics right.
They've got some FA Cup pedigree. I think they knocked Bournemouth out a few years ago. I'm sure their squad's probably changed quite a lot since then.
Yeah, it has, but it's the same manager, same attitude, same belief in how they play and their ability to win. I actually watched that game back just to give us an idea. He was very aggressive on the day. Listen, Bournemouth should have won. They should have won easily, but that's what the FA Cup's about, and we need to make sure we guard against that. But yeah, a lot of different players, so we have different event on Sunday.
You said a couple of minutes ago that we're hurting at the moment. What's the mood been like around here this week?
No, George, the mood is always good, but ultimately at some stage we need to turn these results around. We keep saying our performances have been well. I've watched the Wycombe game back numerous times, and we're just giving opposition a leg up. The couple of goals that we concede to put us on the back foot are really poor and mostly our undoing. And if we can avoid mistakes, so everybody's going to go on a football pitch and make mistakes at certain times. We're making mistakes that are so close to our goal that nobody can pull us out of it. So if we can stay clear of them, the Tuesday before that we made mistakes, obviously, but we made no glaring obvious mistakes, and we kept a clean sheet against a good Rotherham team who will climb the table. So yeah, the message to the players is, can we grow in confidence by doing the basics right, and our football will take care of itself, but also try and avoid making really, really bad individual errors.
Just lastly, away from the first team, you saw the under-18s in the Youth Cup last night. How enjoyable was it to see the 18s who are going to come through playing, and obviously your son got a few minutes as well at the end?
Yeah, I think it's important that the manager, the coaching staff, it's not that club where you get some clubs that have the academy building away from the first team building. You don't really see these lads. So our club's different. We eat together, we eat breakfast in the morning together, we watch them train on the next pitch. And certain days we can, any given time, have 4, 5, 6 of them lads come and train with us. So we're well aware of the abilities. What's good is that you see them under stress, you see them under a little bit of pressure. I thought it was a very, very good first half. But then second half, the game changed a little bit. Young players start to stop doing things what had got them success, start taking too many touches. They start doing more running because of that, and then a lot of them are going cramp with 20 minutes to go. So that's good to get ideas of fitness. But I also think it's important that the family's there in the crowd, and the crowd was a healthy crowd. But I also think it's important that the families see that I'm there, and there's a clear pathway at this club. Jaden Sweeney's in the squad for Sunday. Zekabiro is in the squad. Dan Happ's in the squad. So there is a clear pathway, and we want to promote young players at this football club into our first team. So important tournament. Youth Cup is the biggest tournament for their age group, and it's nice to see them under stress, but also to show what quality they have as well.
A sort of close-knit feel we have here where, as you say, the 18s are eating with the first team. How beneficial is that for a young player where when they do get called up to train with your squad, they're kind of familiar with it already?
Yeah, I think it's a balanced one, because there is the counter-argument that these youth team players should be kept away from the first team and always strive to get to that first team. I get that argument, but then sometimes if you've not been around the first team lads, you can actually go and you can freeze. Whereas if you're around them a lot more, you feel comfortable. They take the mickey out of you, you take the mickey out of them, and that's the environment that we feel fits us best. One, because we've got no option, because we haven't got a training facility for our youth team to train in, but also that we don't have a 21s, so the jump can be astronomical sometimes for the 18s to the first team. So we think that gap gets closer because the environment that we create and the young players at this football club, we make them feel comfortable and feel confident that they can show their ability.